It's not often anymore, but we still move washers and dryers, and they're protected the exact same way. For this example, we are going to be taking a look at a washing machine, and the only difference is that washing machines have agitators, or at least some of them do. So we're going to take a look inside, and if equipped with an agitator, we're going to see if we can lock it. If we can't lock it, the next step would be to take a moving pad, place it in there, or a foam insert to ensure that everything isn't moving around. The next thing that we're going to do is make sure that the cord is secured and out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and take our moving pads and our bands to pad wrap and protect this for the move. Hello, my name is Sean, and I'm with Stumpf Moving Storage, and I'm your go-to guide for anything and everything moving and storage related. In this video, we're specifically looking at how to pad wrap and protect washers and dryers for moving and storage. Pad wrapping a washer or dryer is very easy, and we're going to be basically draping it and then securing the pads with bands. We're going to take the pad and we're going to fold it out long ways. And we're going to start from the sides. It doesn't matter which side, but pick a side. And we'll have the pad all the way to the ground, flush with the ground, center with the center of the piece. And we're going to just drape it over. Bring one side over first. Ensure that the pad is nice and flush at the bottom here. And then we're going to bring the other side around doing the same exact thing. And we're just laying these over top. This is the rear of the washing machine. As we're coming around to the side, everything is nice and flush. You can see now in the front, it's all nice and flush. There's no dragging, nothing to trip on, and nothing looks sloppy. Once we're satisfied with how we've pad wrapped this piece, we'll take the next pad, again, we're going to stretch it out going the long ways, and we'll mimic the exact same thing we did. Lining it up in the center, bring one side over first, start with the front here, and we'll pick the back up, bring that over and around. And now we'll go grab our bands. We're going to use 4 bands on this to ensure that these pads don't move. If you're not familiar with what bands are, well, here they are. These are our large rubber bands, and they're used to ensure that pads stay on the furniture. So you don't need shrink wrap or tape to keep pads on your furniture. You just need large rubber bands. And if you would like some rubber bands, go ahead and take a look in the description below. We have them linked right there for you, along with everything else you need for moving. Now we'll take the bands one at a time, starting high. We'll loop it around just like that. Now we want to make sure that we are about 4 to 5 inches below the top of the piece. So that's about right where we want to be, all the way around. Next, we'll take another band. Again, we'll loop it all the way around, and we'll work it down to the bottom, slowly so that we don't pull the pads off. Now we'll take the next 2, and starting around the bottom, down here, and correct the bands as you need, but we're going to tip it back a little bit, and we're going to bring that band all the way around those feet. We'll bring it up and over the top. Now you can see the side here bunched up a little bit. We're going to address that right now as we tuck it underneath, and we move the band to ensure that stays in place. Now there's a reason we're running the bands this way on this particular piece. Typically, I like to run them around so that you could see them in the front, but because washing machines and dryers have this large control module in the back, if we did that, we would expose the bands and we'd have a gap, and they won't be holding the pads on as tight as they would if we did it this way. Again, we're going to tip it, allowing us to get around the feet, and then we'll pull the band upwards. We're going to pull that band up and over the top and place it right in front of the control module. You can see how it pulls the pads nice and tight. And again, if we went the other way, we'd have a gap here, and we don't want that. We want the pads to stay on nice and tight, because if we have to carry this, well, we don't want the pads to slip. And typically what we are going to be doing if we have to carry this is using a hump strap. At least one of the guys will be, and then the other one will be carrying from underneath. And to top it off, we could tuck this little wing in here and make it look very, very professional. Nice and neat. This is a beautiful pad wrap. And it's not about the looks here. It is 100% about making sure that this piece is fully protected for the journey to its new home or while it's sitting in storage. The pads are not going anywhere. If you know how to use rubber bands correctly, you don't need tape or stretch wrap. Tape and stretch wrap is literally a waste, and it's an incurred cost that you either have to eat or pass along to your customer. And if you know how to use bands correctly, it's going to save your pads because you're not going to be ripping tape off of them, tearing the threads and the fibers out, and you're going to be able to reuse these for many years to come. The pads are going to last a lot longer, and your customers are going to be happier, and we want to make sure that we're giving our customers 110%. And you can do that very easily by learning how to use bands while you're pad wrapping. The more that you do this, the faster it becomes, the more repetitions that you have. You'll be able to pad wrap this in no time at all, and out to the truck it goes. If you found this video helpful and informative, please hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful moving hints and tips, and stay tuned for the next video. It's about to start right now.